What's up, guys? All right, so something different in this episode. We all know my pretty long 22-foot 6-lane. I absolutely love this track setup. I mean, the finish gate is good. The little bumper stop I made over there is really good. The length, like I said, it's 22 feet long and it's very fun. And what we did was we chopped off right here at the suspension part, where you would usually have the wheels and the card holder, pretty much set it up to like right about here. So we dropped it a good amount just to eliminate a lot of downhill speed. That way we can really see who's faster on the straights. But I do always like to change things up, and we're gonna build our own start gate. Same concept as this. You're gonna have the little drop pins come down, but we're only gonna make it a 2-lane utilizing the stuff right here. Now this is a 4-inch by 1/2 inch thick and 4-foot long piece of wood. This was like $5 or $6 at Menards or Lowe's. You could probably pick it up the same thing, but pretty good quality. It's the same width as 2 pieces of track. And what we're going to utilize are these hinges. These are going to be the lower portion of the drop pins. Now, if you can imagine, we're going to make 2 pieces of wood that are going to be on the bottom of this, and the hinge is going to allow those pins to drop where the cars can go downhill. We'll walk you through the process. Hopefully it works. I've never really built one of these before, so this is going to be the first time, and I thought I would share it with you guys in case you want to build your own. Now, this is probably a total of maybe 10 bucks. This was $3. This was $6. Okay, maybe a little bit more. And then I got these for 97 cents at Walmart. This is a 14 pack of 1 1/8 inch screw eyes. This is going to be for the pull string. And we got some scrap wood I was able to pick up on base. The little wood shop here usually throws away a lot of wood, so I always pick up some scrap pieces in case I need them. Might be utilizing those, not too sure. And then we got this little plate. This is what's going to hold those pins in place. I think that was like 67 cents. And then these right here, guys. These are what we're going to be utilizing for the pins. You can imagine these little tabs right here dropping, except we're going to be using some metal ones. Now these are shank handle rivet, 3/16 by 1 1/2, just enough to get through the thickness of this 1/2 inch board. Now I don't know how to make the slots, so I got some drill bits. These are just some extra ones I have laying around. And we're gonna go ahead and start building this. So let's go ahead and jump into it and see if we can make our own starting gate. All right, so I have a lot of track pieces, guys, and you can see clearly this is going to be just about the width of this board, which is what I want. I want a nice 2-lane drag strip. And then this scrap piece is going to be, this is going to be like the bottom. We're going to cut it somewhere in the middle with the hinge, and then these pins are going to go on here, and then once you drop it, the hinge will release. I'll probably use some magnets to slap it back in place, but it should be enough to where we can get the pins right in the center of this and get it all lined up. So we'll start marking things out, cutting things, and I'll try to do this as we go. Just like anything else we put together, we're gonna walk through step by step. All right, guys, so this piece that I'm using is exactly 2 1/2 by 3/4 of an inch thick. So what we're gonna do, since these are only 1 1/2, is we're gonna mount those onto this side, utilizing this to kind of sandwich it in the middle. We'll try to figure this out, and yeah, hopefully it works. We'll see. All right, so I just made a line down the middle. There was really no particular reason why I picked that spot, just to make it more symmetrical and even. And then we're gonna go ahead and cut this into 2 pieces, use this as the hinge, and then we'll go from there. All right, now it's a good thing this comes with 2, because this one's bent. And I mean, you have to really work it to even drop. We want it free like this, to where there's no restrictions, no limited movement. We want this thing to be as loose and movable as possible. So luckily, because this thing is not gonna move at all. And we want that drop gate to fall when we pull on it. So good thing it comes with 2. And then if you can imagine, guys, this is going to be what's going to be the hinge in between these 2 pieces. So let's go ahead and put this together as best as we can. Looks like these holes are going to be a little bit wider, so we might just utilize the center ones, or we might just offset it just so we can get some more grip within this board. Alright guys, so I have it lined up to where when it drops, it's not going to fully fall out. It'll probably fall just about there. I mean, I can move it back and have it completely fall out, but I also don't want to be doing all that full reset. So we'll have it adjusted to where it'll fall right below the track and it'll stop right there. It won't go any further than that, which I think that's a perfect sticking spot right there. So we just got to get this all lined up. I do have it marked out on the bottom right here for this to line up, and then we will screw this on there, and then we'll start making the holes on the track. So there you go, right there, boom. That's perfect depth. And that is probably, if I had a better tool, I could have probably cut those out a lot better, but this is about a 1-inch little cut in here. So 1-inch cut. So basic stuff right here, guys. I'm just utilizing what I'm looking at when I see these tracks being built, and we're seeing if we can do this. So I only have this length of screw. This is about, I think it's 1.5 inches. Yeah, these are 1.5 inches, which is definitely a little bit too long. So I'm gonna go at an angle just so the depth doesn't go all the way through. So yeah, we just gotta bear with me on this one. Alright guys, and since what we're gonna do, since we have this little metal tab sticking out, I'm gonna use this little magnet I got from Hobby Lobby. We're gonna go ahead and mount it to the side of this board. That way it'll hold it in the up position once it's mounted on there, and then when I tug on it, it'll disconnect the magnet from that metal piece. So that should work out pretty good. Got the magnet mounted, so it's holding it in place right here along the edge. So we got dual magnets, it gives a little bit more power, but when you pull it right here, but then once you put it back, it'll reset. So now all we got to do is cut the track pieces right about here. Well, we could probably do 2 separate lanes. No, probably not. I don't know, maybe we might be able to line up those holes right there to where it'll just fall right through. There we go. So far it's pretty good, guys. So far pretty good. Cut out the little slit in the track, and should be able to mount these two somewhere along. Just got to make the same cutout here, and then we're good to go. So what I'll do is I'll probably lay this one over it, since they should be even, and then just cut this out. All right guys, here we go. So far so good, man. This thing's gonna drop way below the track, and there we go. So we got it screwed up to the top. Yeah, and then could trim this if we wanted, depending on how much of a drop we want. I could cut it right here actually. I might go ahead and do that just so we can maybe make that a hinge point. We'll see. So here we go. This is part 1 of the drop door. Put a little eye hook in there, or eye bolt, and now that goes, it locks up. We just gotta hold these in place. I'll probably use some 3M, but there we go, guys. So what I did was I put a catch string. That way when it falls at its max, it'll only stop here, just below the track. I mean, enough to where it won't ever get caught on the car, but it won't go past this either. So nice little stop point, locks up with the magnet. And I have these kind of held in place with some 3M where it'll just hold it in place. So that should be pretty much it, guys. I mean, that is lined up. Everything is good. Now I got to build the brackets and everything. But there we go. This could look prettier. I mean, this is just a rough draft, guys. I've never built one of these before, but I've wanted to for the longest time. And there we go. I could have had this for less than 10 bucks. So there we go, guys. There we go. This is the basics, guys, on how to make your own starting gate. It beats spending a lot of money on a 6-lane, which is $200, or you can make your own from easy lumber and some hardware. Guys, if you got something out of it, let me know in the comments. Hopefully you guys can utilize this same concept and build your own start gate. You can also adjust this so you can have some longer castings, maybe 2 to 3 cars per lane. That's why I started it here. That way we can get some bigger castings, because the 6 lane is very limited. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up and of course comment down below, and stay tuned for future videos. So until next time, this is the Mustang Hunter. Peace.